So, what's your favorite song from Maxton Hall? That's what I want to go over today in this episode of Maxed Out, Breaking Down the Halls with me, Lorena Coleman. There are so many great songs, and I did narrow it down to a few of my favorite songs. And I got to say that before Maxton Hall, I hadn't heard any of these songs, actually, except for one, except for Moth to a Flame. I hadn't heard any of the other songs or heard of these artists. So thank you, Maxton Hall, for introducing me to all of these songs and artists. Now, when I saw certain scenes or certain moments in these songs played, I really listened to the lyrics because a lot of these lyrics, they fit perfectly for what I was seeing. And that made the scene even more intense, more emotional, made me have all of the feels that I'm supposed to be having. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, the first song that I want to go over, and these songs are not in any order, these are just songs that I'm pulling out that I want to go over. But the first song that I want to go over is Where's My Love? And you're probably thinking, oh, yeah, we hear that during the episode where Ruby's trying on the dress and she comes down the stairs wearing the pink gown, right? Actually, we first hear it at the end of episode 2. So let's go back to episode 2. So towards the end, we see James, he's in the car and he's texting Ruby to say that he's on his way over to pick her up to go look at the gowns. So that's when we first hear Where's My Love? And I think that the song is a little flirty. And we see him, James, in the car. He's really happy. He's smiling. He's telling Ruby that he's on his way over. So that's where we first hear it. And now let's move over to episode 3. So now at this point, she's got the gown on, she's coming down the stairs, and James, he's playing the piano. He stops playing, he gets up, and he's basically staring at her as she comes down in slow motion. And that's when the song is playing. So yeah, love that song and love that scene too. So from there, I got to go to the epic song. This is my favorite song of the entire soundtrack. Actually, no, there's 2 songs that I love. I love all of them, but there are 2 particular songs that just I love, love, love. So episode 3, Moth to a Flame. This is the epic dance scene. And actually, I just saw it last night again. I did a binge of the show for the, 20th time or more than that. But episode 3, epic dance scene. You all know it. I know it. We know the choreography. It is such a good song, such a good dance. They're having fun. And the thing that we all keep talking about, and I know I do too, is like when we see James, he's moving his shoulders. Yeah, love that song so much. I think last night when I watched it, I watched it on repeat like 5 times or maybe 10 times. But yeah, love Moth to a Flame, love that scene. So moving on. Now that song is over. The slow song comes on. We see the gold confetti coming down. We see the slow motion of James putting his arm or his hand around her waist. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, what is going to happen next? I thought he was going to kiss her, but the song plays, they're dancing, and there's so many images of their hands together. And as I said, the gold confetti's coming down. To me, it's just magical. Oh, and I didn't name the song. So the song that we hear at this point is The Love That I Give. And yeah, love it, love it, love it. I love everything, every song that I'm going to go over. So from there, things get a little bit sad. So we're now in the car scene. So let's go back just a step here. Ruby had just been tossed into the pool. James carries her out to the car. By the way, did you see how he opens the car door with one hand while holding her with the other hand? Wow. Okay. So now they're in the car and she's telling him about how she almost drowned and the accident and the dad. It's such a sad scene. Ruby's crying. James is crying. Us, the viewers, were crying. I know I was crying. Actually, I cried during half of this show, but I'm crying and the song starts to play as she falls into his arms. And listen carefully to the lyrics because I thought the lyrics they fit the moment of what we're all watching. These are the lyrics. It's, I found love where it wasn't supposed to be, right in front of me. Talk some sense to me. So who is right in front of him? Ruby is in front of James, and basically he's finding love. He's finding Ruby where it wasn't supposed to be. So yeah, love that song. So from there, now it's the following day. It's the day after the pool scene, and Ruby wakes up. She runs to the bathroom. She grabs her phone, and she wants to send James a thank you text. She's not sure what she wants to say exactly. And we hear the song Acoustic. And this is another flirty song. And on the other side, we see James. He's lying in bed and he's recalling what happened the night before. And yeah, they're playing this song. And it's, as I said, it's really cute and flirty. And the best part of this song happens once she gets off the bus. So she's on the bus, she gets to school, she gets off the bus, and James is waiting for her at the bus stop. Love that scene. And he says to her, Ruby Bell, are you trying to flirt with me? All while we hear the song Acoustic. So, yeah, another great song that I had to go over. So, from there, we hear, oh my goodness, we hear Go Solo. So, this is a sad scene that this song plays. Let's go back a little bit. So the dad, Mortimer, should I even say his name? I don't think I've ever said his name in any of my episodes. So maybe I have in one episode before. But the dad has threatened James and he's going to ruin Ruby's life, ruin everything if his son continues to see her. So James, to protect Ruby, basically calls it off with her. And there's that really sad scene at the field. So now it's episode 6 and they start playing Go Solo and we see Ruby walking down the hall. Or actually, let me go back just a second. So James and his sister Lydia walk into the school and we see the posters being torn down from the gala. And, it's really sad as James looks to see the poster being tossed in the trash. And then we see Ruby walking down the hall. She's smiling. She's happy, actually. But then she gets a glimpse of James. He's talking to Elaine, or actually, Elaine is talking to James. James is not paying attention. He's looking at Ruby. And that smile that she had as she walked down the hallway, that smile is gone now as she sees him. And there's another scene too within this song of Go Solo that's really sad. So she's in the events committee meeting and she glances over at the chair where normally James would have been sitting and it's empty. So that was sad. And also, I think there's a scene too in this particular song where James is at a photo shoot for young Beaufort and his parents are calling him to come over and take the photo, but he's remembering everything leading up to now. He's remembering the dance, he's remembering Ruby. So yeah, Go Solo, another good song, but during a really sad scene or multiple scenes that we see. So from there, we move over to episode 6 and it's a song called Brave. And let me just recap a little bit here. So now both Ruby and James are at Oxford. They're there for their interviews. And James has just come back from the pub and he's fumbling with his keys. And we hear this song called Brave. And we know that, we see Ruby in bed and she can't fall asleep. And James is fumbling with his keys and he's wondering, should I go knock on her door? And I'm thinking, yes, go knock on that door, go apologize to her, get back together, please. So, he decides not to knock on her door. But there's a few lines from that song that just stood out to me as I watched this particular scene. So I'm going to read these to you. So here are the lines. I'll be coming back for you. And I'm thinking, yes, James, you're going to be coming back for Ruby. And you don't know where you stand. Are you lost because I am too? Are you scared because I am too? And I'm just trying to be brave. So yeah, another great song that fit the scene perfectly. So now we move on to the song, What Do You Want? This is my second favorite song from the entire soundtrack after Moth to a Flame. So it's episode 6. And we had just had the classroom episode where there's jealous James and Ruby calls him out and she runs out upset. James runs after her. And now it's the epic staircase scene. I feel like there's a lot of epic scenes in Maxton Hall, but it's the epic staircase scene that I watched on repeat again last night too, after I watched the dance scene on repeat. But the epic staircase scene, and we hear What Do You Want? And the thing about this song, it just builds everything up. Now, they haven't spoken. They had that fighting, that shouting match. And at this point, they're laying everything out. Ruby's upset, he's upset, and the song starts to play. And now they're both just staring at each other. And Ruby's about to turn around and go back to her room when just at almost the 3-minute mark of this song, there's this huge buildup and James grabs her wrist. They have this passionate kiss. And I'm thinking, finally, yay, they're together. I'm screaming at the TV in happiness. It's really, really good. It's, such a great song, such a great scene. Favorite song after Moth to a Flame. Oh, so sticking with episode 6, right after this passionate kiss, we hear another song. It's called Every High. hadn't heard the song before. This song put me in like a trance as I'm watching this particular scene. And if you've seen Maxton Hall, you know what I'm talking about. After that passionate kiss and they continue on into the room, as this song Every High plays, it sets the mood, it puts me in a trance. And yeah, I think enough said with this song, enough said with this scene, and I'm moving on. Oh, I forgot to mention another song called First and Last. So we hear it a lot during the credits, but we actually hear it in episode 2 when James is getting ready for school. And actually, I thought he was getting ready for the office. He looked like Mr. CEO. He's putting on his jacket. He's adjusting his tie. We see his watch. He runs his fingers through his hair. And actually, another song came to mind as they're playing First and Last, and we're watching James get ready for school. The song "Man in Finance" is what came to my mind. But yeah, so love this song, love this scene, and that's First and Last. I really like the tempo of it. It's something about it. It's kind of catchy. So good song there. So from there, I'm going to move on to, actually, I'm going to go back. I forgot to mention some of the lyrics that just stood out to me with First and Last. So some of the lyrics that I heard that fit this scene is, it goes like this: I didn't ask to become famous because, but I guess I am. I didn't ask to become famous, but I guess I am. I didn't ask to become famous, but I guess that's who I am. And that line makes me think of James. Now, he's part of a family legacy. So, in a way, he's kind of famous. So, I thought that song fit James and the scene that we were watching. So from there, the next song that I want to go over is Run Like a River. Now, this is played towards the end of the entire series, towards the end of episode 6. They're kind of like wrapping everything up, wrapping up all of the characters, but the particular scene where this song is played that stands out for me is the bus stop. So Ruby and James, they're kissing. She's boarding the bus. He's staring at her. Now, this is the scene after their passionate night where they promised each other no more lies, no more secrets. And he's got these tender eyes. He's watching her as she's getting on that bus. As the bus goes away, he's just watching her. And I love this song. And there's a few lyrics too that I want to point out and just go over that really fit that scene. So some of the lyrics are, it takes courage, or actually, this is James's voiceover. He says, it takes courage to think beyond the present, but sometimes it's another person's gaze that shines a new light on our future. And I think he's talking about Ruby at this point, especially after that night that they had just had. But going back to the lyrics that stood out to me, it says, if it feels like your dreams are broken and you fall down to your knees, oh, you got to get up and just keep on going. You got to run to me. I'm thinking of James because he too has dreams, but he feels like he can't follow through on these dreams because basically his life has been planned out for him by his family. But it says you got to get up and just keep on going. You got to run to me. And I'm thinking he's going to run to Ruby. So yeah, love this song, love the scene. And those are some of my favorite songs from the show. Now, I didn't go over all of them. There's so many good ones. I do want to know, put it in the comments or send me a DM at MaxOutPod on Instagram. What is your favorite song, or what are your top favorite songs? So I hope you enjoyed this episode going over some of my favorite songs. And as I said, let me know what yours are. And until then, I'll talk to you soon. Take care.